Okay, I'm now going to import 50 gigabytes, 60 gigabytes of data. I think I have a thing here from Arizona, if I can find it. There it is. And I do know that this data here on the 13th is a rather large file. Let me redo that. I'm going to import the folder. Now, before I do that, I'm just going to make sure that I have certain things turned off. I have everything enabled. And I'm going to set this to a higher value so that it doesn't have to render. I'm going to have it turned off so it doesn't actually render. I'm going to apply that. That should prevent it from rendering. That should prevent this long wait for it to be ready on the timeline. Now I'm going to import, I'm going to import the media folder. And it's here in my videos, input, and we're looking for Arizona, and reframed, and we're going to import this folder right here, which has over 60 gigabytes of data, 50 video clips. Okay, so now we've imported it, and we've turned off and we've ensured that nothing is going to go into rendering mode. Now we're going to go ahead and drop all 50 of them at the maximum resolution level on the timeline, and we're going to click the fit, zoom to fit. So here's all 50, and I don't believe I can stabilize them all at the same time. I believe I will have to do one at a time, and I'm not even sure if maybe it's under AI matting. No, under basic, and we will go ahead and let's see here. We got one large one. Okay, here stabilizing. Okay, and again, I'm just going to test to see whether I could do two at the same time. Nope, can't be done two at the same time. Just one. We're going to go ahead and activate this, and this is what I'm telling you to deactivate. I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to hit the stabilizing on that one, and you can see that it's waiting to stabilize. And do another one, and now I have two. I can't do two, so I'll just do one. Stabilize. Where's my stabilizer? Okay, that one's activated, and there is another one, and so forth and so on. Now, if this is what you did, that is a huge mistake. You need to wait for each one of them to individually stabilize before you even attempt doing this. And let's see here, stabilize and stabilize. Now, I'm not sure, but I don't believe that in the preferences media cache section, I think the stabilized files might show up under here, or they may not show up at all here as part of the media cache. But we've got all these stabilizing, which is what you did, and that is a big mistake. You should not have done that. I'm not sure why you did it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and save the project. And let's see here. We're going to save it as a test. We'll just say test stab, S-T-A-B, test stab, and we're going to go ahead and save that project. And now we're going to go ahead, and we can see that they're still spinning here, so this is going to take a long time, and most of them are saying waiting. I'm not even sure how you got that list where it showed all of them doing, but I'm going to go ahead and just do another project. And since I already saved it, it allowed me to close it out. Now I will go ahead and open it up again. And let's open recent, and here is our test stab. And now it's loading, and there it is again. Now, it's my understanding that because these have never completed, and you'll notice that this is never rendered up here, this is going to do this all the time. And the fact that you can't do anything else is a testament to the fact that your computer is not capable of managing all this information here. But let's take a look at the task manager. Control Alt Delete. Now this may black out the screen. Okay, I'm going to bring in the task manager, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to look under performances. From here we can see a bunch of things happening, and I'm not maxing out here, but the reason I'm asking you to do this is so that you can see here, rather so I can see what kind of equipment that you have and how much dedicated memory you have for your on your computer, your hardware. And you can see that these are still running. And what I wanted you to do was to take a screenshot of each one of these, a screenshot of the CPU, so I can get a feel for what your CPU is capable of. The GPU is the most important thing. That's probably maxing out on you. And Ethernet, that's just your transmission. I don't really care much about that. But how much of your memory is being used? How much memory do you have installed? This I can tell from here. And then we can look at your hard drives. There shouldn't be much activity occurring on the hard drives, but maybe there is. I do have some here on the secondary hard drive. Actually, I have 3 hard drives in here. But anyway, this is kind of what we need to see in order to analyze it. Now, my suggestion is, and you can see that not only is it spinning down here, it's spinning up here, and this is the very first one, and it's only 3% done, and all the others are in a wait mode. So it doesn't matter that you save this project and you start it up, it's going to keep doing this. Now, what I'm trying to tell you to do in order to speed up your editing process is don't go crazy with activating all of these at the same time. Go in here and deactivate them, take them off. If you need to stabilize them afterwards, go ahead and do that. But that must be some very shaky footage that you have if you're doing that. If you go through and you deactivate all of these other ones, perhaps this one will move faster. In this case, it's not. It's a pretty long clip, and so it's going to take a long time to do. But if you turn them all off and you don't have any of them running, and then you go ahead and do your file save, we'll save the project, and let's just open up the project, new project, okay, and let's open up the recent project here again. We should see that there is no waiting for this to start to render. Now, we're not getting the rendering across here because, for a couple of reasons, as long as I'm moving the mouse, it's not going to render. But let's go back to the beginning here, and let's just spread this out. And let's go into here to Preferences, Performance, and let's go ahead and lower that down to regular HD, and let's just say proxy files. You should be using proxy files for your project, and if you activate this now, then these will start. I'll demonstrate that in a second, but if you do, let's just do the background render. Start it after 5 seconds of just no movement on the mouse. We're going to apply that, and then let's come back and talk about the proxy files. So for now, I'm just going to leave it for here for 5 seconds. It doesn't look like I'm going to get it to render here even. That experiment failed here, but it should be rendering across here if I wasn't going to move the mouse. And yeah, well, whatever. It's not going to render. But as I was mentioning before, you should be using proxy files. And the most important part about this, and we'll just start it here. I'm not going to continue this. But you can see here the proxy files are creating. That's creating a lower resolution file that's going to be much easier for your computer to do. Now it's going to have to go through all of those and do them for every one of them. And very importantly, in media cache, where you have proxy files here, if you have this turned on to automatically delete them every time you close the project, well then of course these proxy files would have to be recreated. So it is to your benefit to keep this unchecked so that you don't have to recreate this every time you start up a project, or you'll be dealing with this same issue every single time. And then you can always clear it out later. But again, getting back to the let's just close this out for a second here. And it looks like we're still got some stuff happening up here. We're stabilizing number 37. And this is what's slowing everything else up. And these guys are waiting here. So I don't know where 37 is. 37 must be one of the small. Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm going to go back in here, and rather I'm going to go over here and I'm going to turn that off. And let's go up and check here again just to see what tasks. Now this video here, number 110, is starting to stabilize. So I got 2 more that are waiting. So apparently I haven't even unchecked all of the ones that I need to uncheck. So it would definitely be worth your while to find those. See, it was number 110. This is 109. Oh, here we go. There's these 2 small ones right here. We'll click that one. We will undo that one. And then we will undo that one. This stops this cycling. Now we will go ahead and save the project one more time. And now we will go to new project here just to start it up. And then let's start it again. And recent project, here we go. And if we get in very tight here now, we can see that they are starting to render on there. Now, the rendering, if you can have rendered files, and again, in the preferences in the media cache, if you don't automatically delete them, that shouldn't have to happen every time you open. Perhaps it does, I don't know. But stabilizing 50 videos at the same time is going to generate the same problem for you every single time. So get rid of the stabilization for now. If you must use stabilization, do it one video at a time. Let it stabilize. Make sure that your files aren't deleted when you close them out in the media cache section. And that will prevent this from happening. This will allow you to then finish your project and only stabilize. If you have a section of a video like this, for example, which is fairly long, and there's a small section of it that you wish to stabilize, cut it. Cut out that section right there, just that little bit of whatever it is that you want to stabilize, like so. Click on that and then stabilize that portion of it. That will stabilize much quicker. In this case here, it's not doing, I don't even know how long this is. Let's see here. Okay. It's only 28 seconds, but it does take some time to stabilize. So don't use the stabilization if you don't have to. If you have to use it for something in particular, then go ahead and make it as tight as possible. Only cut in that little bit that's shaky, and then try to stabilize it. Okay, for me, it's probably not working because I'm probably generating proxy files up here. Anyway, that's the gist of what you need to do. We're going to go ahead and go in here, and we're going to turn it off so we don't have the stabilization happening.